Sky Sports News understands that it could take almost 3 weeks for UEFA's disciplinary body to make a ruling on allegations that Vinicius Jr. was subjected to racist abuse during Real Madrid's Champions League match against Benfica. It is understood that UEFA's ethics and disciplinary investigator will take time to interview the relevant parties before putting together a report for the disciplinary body, who will make a decision over any further punishment should they see fit. There is no official timescale on investigations. Real Madrid have today released this statement. Real Madrid has actively collaborated with the investigation opened by UEFA after the unacceptable episodes of racism experienced during that match. Real Madrid appreciates the unanimous endorsement, support and affection that our player Vinicius Jr. has received from all areas of world football. Real Madrid will continue to work in collaboration with all institutions to eradicate racism, violence and hatred in sport and society. Well, it's a story where the ramifications are being felt far beyond Real Madrid and Benfica. For more on this now, we can head to Liverpool's training ground and join Vinny O'Connor. Afternoon to you, Vinny. Was this issue top of the agenda for Arne Slot then?
It was. It's difficult for Arne Slot in a situation like this to say too much as well, with that UEFA investigation now open. But clearly there was support for Vinicius Jr. given what he's faced over in Lisbon the other night. And on top of that, of course, it would have been remiss not to ask him what message Arne Slot gives to his players were they to face such a similar situation, or indeed whether enough is being done to combat racism in football. And this is what Arne Slot had to say.
Yeah, I think in general you can never do enough. You can always do more, and we should always try to do more to make sure this never happens again. And that's what I mean in general. I think we have to try as a world football community to do more than society does. That's maybe not so difficult, by the way, but and I think protocol has been followed during the game, so that's the first step. And I think the football world reacted as you expect it to react, and I'm trying to do the same now. We can never do enough or too much. We can do enough, but we can never do too much. No.
Last topic I want to mention: we had to suspend 2 of our member associations for government interference in the activities of the football association. So these associations are suspended from all footballing activities with immediate effect, and they know what needs to be done for them to be readmitted.
This is what they have said. They've responded to FIFA's threats to sanction players. The TI community. Steve Cockburn, the Amnesty International's head of economic and social justice, said this: last-minute threats to sanction players' quality is the latest example of FIFA failing to fully uphold its own values and responsibilities. Sport does not happen in a vacuum, and these are issues on which FIFA should be leading, not cracking down. Agreements on armbands and better protections for LGBT communities should have been reached a long time ago, they say. We applaud the courage of teams and players who've spoken out about human rights, and we hope they continue to do so. Fans, players and FAs want to ensure that football can be a vehicle to promote human rights, and FIFA needs to heed these calls quickly. It must not only encourage messages of equality, but take proactive action to ensure LGBTI people are protected. And let's not forget the migrant workers who made the tournament possible. They must be compensated in full for the unspeakable abuse they suffered.
Well, we start with an incident that's been labelled a disgrace to football by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Real Madrid's Champions League win over Benfica was suspended for 10 minutes of racism. The Real Madrid forward has criticised UEFA's protocols and labelled racists as cowards. Well, Vinicius Jr. gave Real Madrid the lead with a fantastic strike before celebrating by the corner flag, where he was targeted by objects thrown from the home crowd. Before play restarted, Benfica's Gianluca Prestiani covered his mouth and said something to Vinicius, which caused the Brazilian to react immediately and report the comments to referee François Letexier, who subsequently halted play. Well, this is what Vinicius Jr. posted on social media. Racists are, above all, cowards. They need to put their shirts over their mouths to demonstrate how weak they are. But they have, on their side, the protection of others who, theoretically, have the obligation to punish. Nothing that happened here today was new in my life and my family's. I received a yellow card for celebrating a goal. I still don't understand why. On the other hand, just a poorly executed protocol that served no purpose. I don't like appearing in situations like this, even more so after a great victory and when the headlines have to be about Real Madrid, but it's unnecessary. And this is Prestiani's response. I want to clarify that at no time did I direct racist insults to player Vinicius Jr., who regrettably misunderstood what he thought he heard. I was never racist with anyone, and I regret the threats I received from Real Madrid players. Meanwhile, Benfica's official channels have claimed the stadium was too noisy for Real Madrid players to accurately hear what was said. Jose Mourinho has been criticised for his response to the incident. He claimed Benfica could not be a racist club because club legend Eusebio was black. Mourinho, who was sent off later in the game for a separate incident, questioned Vinicius Jr.'s celebration and insisted Prestiani was, quote, a great lad.
Y he querido ser más equilibrado y más independiente que Álvaro y Kylian. Eu he hablado com Vinícius, Vinícius me diz uma coisa, eu he hablado com Prestiani, Prestiani me diz uma outra coisa. Eu poderia ser rojo e dizer solo creo en quello que me ha dicho Prestiani, pero he querido ser equilibrado e decir que neste mundo del fútbol y en las cosas que pasan en la cancha, yo intento ser sempre um pouco mais equilibrado e não quero dizer Vinícius é um mentiroso e Prestiani é un chico increíble.
Tenéis que preguntarle al jugador del Benfica qué le ha dicho a Vinicius. Yo creo que todos aquí, todos en el mundo del fútbol merecemos que responda a esa pregunta y es todo lo que puedo decir, ¿no? Evidentemente, creo que está claro que la tolerancia con el racismo para nosotros